So someone's happiness is in their own hands, not someone else's. And if anything, we should focus on who got tricked into going to an Amway meeting. Well, I'm going to cover that in today's Reddit post review. And as you can see right here, it says, I got tricked into going to an MLM meeting last night and I'm peed off. Wow, okay, well the link for this will be in the description below so you can check that out. And I'm covering this to gain more perspective of other people's experiences, to pool best practices and mistakes to avoid, and so we all can have a reasonable response and provide the other side, because if it's just anti-MLM, given the backhand on topics, let's try something that's more pro or positive and neutral by presenting fact-based information. Alright, so this person says, this is a rant because I'm still peed from last night. Alright, so they have BSC1, which equals BS couple number 1. And so the actual curse word is in there. You can check that out. And then BSC2 equals BS couple number 2. So they say, I saw all the red flags every step of the way, and yet I still got sucked into it. I just need to rant because I have been so at these people who claim they were my friends. This is the story up to now that started roughly a month and a half ago. This will probably be very long. I recently moved to a new city for work since I was fresh out of college and got offered a job here. I hadn't met many people in the area, having only been here for about 5 months, and the first 2 people I met ended up deceiving me. It's hard to find people you can trust. In business, health, and relationships. Anywhere you go. They said, I used to be an avid hiker before college, and I wanted to pick it up the hobby again. Okay. I found a trail somewhat nearby and decided to venture out on a Saturday. A quarter of the way up the trail, I see a couple, BSC1, in their 50s resting from the hike. As I walked closer, I could feel something slightly off about them, as if they were waiting for their prey. They said hello, and I casually greeted them back. And that's when it started. All the small talk BS. They asked me about my job, my goals, where I see myself in 5 years from now, blah blah BS. I ended up telling them about my job and 2 passive income businesses I run on the side, and I could tell that's when their eyes lit up. They knew that I would be open to another source of passive income since I already had the mindset. Some quotations up in here. They told me how they are retiring in 1 year and how people they met had changed their life. My curiosity was piqued. I asked them, well, what is the business you run that is allowing you to do this? Their answer, it's too long to explain. We should meet up over coffee. Okay? Multiple exclamation point question marks. I should be known at that moment that it was too good to be true. Yeah, there is a little bit of secrecy whenever I've talked to Amway folks. I don't know if that's to pique your curiosity or to kind of be mysterious, but I have noticed that as well when I've talked to Amway distributors. That didn't say they were Amway distributors, but I found out eventually. Alright, anyways, they said, we exchanged numbers and I immediately called my girlfriend after, telling her what just happened. I told her I was super skeptical and was 90% sure it was a scam. But I wanted to be nice to them and see what it was about since I was curious. Ah, curious. That's right, so when you're mysterious, it piques people's curiosity. There we go. We met up for coffee with them at Starbucks, and they started with the whole BS. We are retiring in less than 5 years. We are a powerhouse couple with fruit on the tree. Well, that sounds bananas. This meeting was to feel us out, to see if we were the right people to be given the business opportunity. Okay, a lot of quotations up in here. As if it were an interview, which they claimed it was not. Whenever you meet up with somebody, it is an informal interview for something, right? To see if it's a good fit, to see if you want to set up the next meeting. You know, it's just, interview sounds very formal, but anyways. We straight up asked them if the business opportunity was a pyramid scheme or an MLM, and they assured us it wasn't. Okay, so he had went with his girlfriend. Gotcha. They explained that in reality, every business is in the shape of a pyramid anyways. They gave us a reading assignment, and we were off. Okay, so little homework. So they're testing for compliance and for, effort. There we go. After the meeting, I felt more at ease that it wasn't a scam. But the more I thought about it and read the book they gave me, the more I saw the red flags. Why the better watch their mouth. Wouldn't they just tell us what the business is? Multiple question marks. And why the is the book all about MLM when you told me this has nothing to do with MLM? Yeah, that is the part that I've noticed Amway does and Melaleuca Wellness Company does. And there may be some other ones, but yeah, I mean, the company I'm with, it's a multi-level marketing company. It's an MLM. It's network marketing. It's referral marketing. It's word-of-mouth marketing. It's whatever you want to call it in those areas. It is those. But there is also a good, better, best of way of doing things, and a bad, worse, and the worst way of doing things. And there's degrees of quality of service and experience and a lot of stuff that I try to cover in my videos that anti-MLM people just want to put it in a box and be like, it's all bad. And it's just like, well, that's called overgeneralizing and putting things in a box. We have to look at things, take it out. Ooh, that makes sense. That doesn't. Let's have a discussion. You know, that's more what it should be. But anyways, we're not going to get into that. Then they say, I told you all about my personal you. Dang, they got some bitterness and resentfulness up in here that they need to repent of. Good night. Then they say, we met again about 2 weeks later at another Starbucks. Every time we met, I noticed they were dressed in business attire when they claimed we were friends and it was a casual meeting. Weirdos. I probably should warn you that there's going to be a lot of cussing in this one, and this person clearly has a colorful language vocabulary. Alright, they told us about how we had a chance to meet the people they were inspired by, which is BS Couple 2. They made... They're acronyms. Okay, they made it seem like it was a 2-on-4 with them. Alright, fast forward to the BS. That night before the meeting, they sent us the details. It was at a house and we had to dress in business attire, question mark, exclamation point. I was from the start because I thought they genuinely wanted to be our friends, since they always talked about how the corporate world is limited and they are different because they genuinely want us to succeed. So I obliged with no questions asked. Well, you should have obliged if your questions were answered to your satisfactory with more transparency. Anyways, my girlfriend and I pull up to the house and I see a guy around my age in a business suit walking up to the house, and I thought, oh, WTF have I done? I done up. I called BS C1 and angrily asked why there were other people there. I thought it was a 2-on-4 meeting with them and BSC2. They told me that's not what they had specified before, but that we had an opportunity to meet these people with fruit on the tree, which was a common phrase thrown around. Does that mean they're saying they have something to offer? That's kind of an interesting analogy. Okay. Sounds like they weren't the apple of their eye anymore. We walked in the house and it was exactly what I expected. Chairs with a whiteboard and everyone in business attire, and guess what? We had the best seats in the house at the very front because we were special. In other words, we were the new recruitments, otherwise known as guests, along with the other guy in the front who looked out of place too. The whole speech given by BSC2 broke my and you meters twice over. Oh wow, man, their language, I'll tell you what. As I sat there, I got more and more angry, and the presenter could tell. Yeah, definitely you need to ask somebody for some forgiveness on this language. Good night. They mentioned Amway and Worldwide Dream something or other, and as I wrote them down, the presenter knew I was going to research them and find. He literally said so himself, that I would find it linked to being a pyramid scheme, but it wasn't. He drew on the whiteboard how this wasn't a pyramid scheme and that there was no money to invest because they invested in us being the best we can be. Yeah, it doesn't sound right. Followed by, oh, you only have to pay $300 a month to reinvest. Yeah, that's a play on words. Just say there's an initial investment. That's just the most transparent thing to say. Look, you're going to have to pay for a kit or some type of enrollment packet. Here's the cost. The fact that you're saying it doesn't cost, it costs something, all right? See, that's what I try to do. I'm just like, look, here's how much it costs. But it's a replacement cost. Once you find out what it can replace in your home, with the company I'm with, yeah, there's actually practical application. But anyways, yeah, the way that I've seen this is a generalization. See, I admit that. I can admit it. That I've seen Amway distributors do things is a lot more discreet, secretive, and not mentioning their name and not mentioning maybe upfront investments and things like that. So I could see that. I think they have some opportunity on transparency, on communication of what they're doing. Like if people ask me, I mean, they know what company I'm with because I typically sample people right on the spot once I hear something that they need help with or that I, hear that a problem that they're going through. So it's very clear what company I'm with. It's the products, I use them all the time. So yeah, but that's why I was gravitated towards the company I'm with because they are very transparent about testing, a lot of stuff. Anyways, I'm just kind of drawing connections between this Amway and the company I'm with. But they said back to that reinvestment because the requirements for a business has to have that minimum or something like that. And then this person said I legit almost exploded. All right, some anger issues here. And the whole time these tards behind me would laugh obnoxiously and constantly say, "Let's go. Yes, okay. Wow, that's beautiful." I had seen all this before when the two people from my high school tried doing the same thing. And the thing that me off the most is that they said they didn't pay for a venue or conference room because real learning takes place in small rooms like this and that they were the only ones doing this. What do you mean? You didn't want to waste money to rent a conference room! Exclamation point. And the other two people from my high school did the same in their house too. You are not genuine. And you have anger issues, clearly. Okay. After the speech ended, BSC1 introduced me to BSC2, and I let them have it. Oh, here we go. I told them straight up, I'm not interested, and this is bull. Tact? Maybe not a part of, their... Okay. I tore into them about how this is not passive income, because you have to continue to do speeches and constant meetups. They replied with, well, we want to be here because we love doing this. It is not work to us. I also called him out on how during the speech he kept saying, if you knew people who had fruit on the tree, then why aren't you successful and why were we here then? Dang, it's getting real. My best friend is literally financially free, but I don't want to follow the same route he has because I'm not passionate enough about his career path. I have my own destiny and my own passions which will lead me there. So I guess it kind of struck me personally when he was assuming stuff like that. This made me realize the exact tactic they use. They prey on people who are financially finding their way or looking for other opportunities by using keywords to make you feel like they can get you to where you need to go. First of all, nobody makes you feel anything. You choose what feeling you have. Most people are not aware of what they're feeling in the heat of the moment, which is understandable, but that's where emotional intelligence comes in. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling that way? And what can I do better or different in the future to manage that? And the only way to deal with something is once we've named it. I feel angry because I was maybe deceived or misled, and what I'm going to do in the future is not participate in something until I've asked the right questions and gotten the answers that help me feel comfortable. Notice I said help me feel comfortable, not they made me feel this. Big difference. Then they go on to say, when in reality it's just a trick and it literally is a pyramid because as much as they claim they don't take a dime of your money, which that is a little misleading. They see you as an investment which will make them money, but as they say, they are helping you because they want to be a good person. Well, first of all, nobody was good but God, and that's, moral excellence, and so that's why I don't even like saying I'm good, a good person, because I'm not without Christ. And so that's very important to keep in mind with regards to this, but anyways, let's continue. They said, I cringed so hard at all the other people in the room who were putting on this happy act. But that wasn't exactly it. They were actors. My girlfriend told me I made a scene. But them. Okay, now you're not taking constructive feedback. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have created a scene. I mean, there's a tactful way to do things. And most important, respectful. Even if you don't like or agree with somebody. I mean, this person has some opportunities to improve their communication skills. If we're being real, like that yes, okay, you were misled. Maybe you weren't told the full truth or complete information, or maybe not fully accurate. Okay, I get it. It happens. Now, how are you going to communicate in a way that still shows respect, but hey, I don't like what's going on, or I disagree, or I prefer this or that, like really get that, but that wasn't done by this individual. most likely because they didn't have the skill set, and most likely because they didn't focus on personal development to get that. But I would look at this situation as an opportunity to improve that if they valued, personal growth. But it doesn't seem like they do. I could be wrong, but I'm proud of myself for standing up to them and calling out their bull. And if it helped me grow out of my comfort zone. Well, you definitely grew out of something. You grew out some curse words out your mouth. Okay. If there's anything good that came out of this, it's that I appreciate my girlfriend and best friend 1,000,000 times more. Okay. They are people who genuinely care about me without expecting anything in return, like those wads. Okay, first of all, every person will have some level of expectations, especially in a personal relationship, whether they're stated or not. Okay? That could be for resources or money, that could be for attention, that could be for validation, and so that is not an accurate statement. Okay? If we're being real, like I said, resources and money, or assets, cash, whatever you want to call it, attention, as well as validation, are going to be needs that a personal or romantic partner will have expectations for to varying degrees, and they may change whether they're stated or not. So again, let's be real about what's going on here and not just try to paint these Amway folks in a bad light just because you don't think your girlfriend would not ever do wrong by you, or maybe not do fully right by you, right? So here we go. Then they say, when I got home, I texted my friend the longest message I've ever sent him, which explained how much he meant to me as a friend and how grateful I was for him and everything he taught me. And I couldn't stop saying sorry to my girlfriend for dragging her into this mess, as well as making a personal promise that I will do everything in my power to make her happy. Okay, so that's another fallacy or false belief. You are in charge of your own happiness. It is not your job to make someone happy, because happiness is based on what's happening, and a lot of what happens changes constantly. So someone's happiness is in their own hands, not someone else's. And if anything, we should focus on being content with what we have, but still having goals and doing things with excellence in the meantime. So I'm going to say that again. We're content and grateful for what we do have. We have goals of what we would like, but what bridges that gap is doing things with excellence and having a sense of purpose, significance, and belonging that allows us to have moments of happiness, but to be content at the same time and not complacent. So that should be the focus from a mindset standpoint with personal relationships, with business, with our health, right? So that is a mindset shift that I think that person needs to have as well. And just outside looking in, what I hear that a lot, people, it's because that happiness thing is, All right, then this person says, this is a long rant. Hopefully this helps you in some sort of way, or maybe it's just an enjoyable read, but those people, wow. Whew. This person has a lot of issues that I've already addressed. And so, wow, what do you think? Do you think this person was out of line? Do you think they were in line? Do you think there were opportunities on the Amway folks' side? Do you think that this person could have some improvement opportunities as well? Or they did everything right and perfect? Let's see. Well, let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to hit the like button if you did. Share this video with somebody that would benefit from it. And most importantly, check out the links in the description below so you can continue to get your learn on, so you can read this Reddit post, see the comments, and be able to form your own opinion about what happened and maybe take some best practices and mistakes to avoid out of it. And I'll see you in the next video.